Hey everybody, it's Lance the Lush, and it's another edition of Lush Talks. Now, Lush fans, it's actually been a pretty busy week in the world of news, but there's something I want to talk about today. Now, this article popped up from the St. Louis Post-Dispatch, and I want to talk about this today. It says, "So long, Lagunitas and Goose Island. More bars are booting corporate beer from taps." And there's a reason why I want to talk about this, because I think it's more of a double-edged sword. Excuse me. Now I'm gonna look at a lot of my screen, so bear with me. It said at some point over the next few weeks, keg of founders will kick pizzeria. Wait. At some point over the next few weeks, kegs of founders will kick at Pizzeria Paradisco, and bottles of wicked weed will run out of stock. And when they do, the restaurant's 4 Washington area locations will never sell another drop. Last month, the pizzeria in question decided to only sell beer made by brewers that meet Trade Organization of Brewers Association definition of craft, and I quote, "small, independent, and traditional." Join a growing number of beer bars across the country that will no longer sell beers previously independent breweries that have acquired the worldwide conglomerates including Lagunitas, Ballast Point, and Devil's Backbone, which are now owned by Heineken, Constellation Brands, and Anheuser-Busch InBev, respectively. Now, this is a very long article, and he said for this person, well, the beer director there for Pizzeria Paradisco, Drew McCormick, it was a business decision. In the broadest sense, it comes from the broadest Paradisco ethos, purchasing food from local farmers, purchasing through local distributors, and trying to support small, local, independent vendors where we can. Okay, there's what the crust of this article I want to talk about. There are a lot of places out there that want to do that. There really are. Like this place here, there in suburban St. Louis. They want to keep it as local as possible. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of bars out there coast to coast are going to that model. They don't want to take the big brands. But here's the thing. This is what I want to talk about. I've seen the flip side of this. I won't name names because I know a lot of people work at a lot of bars here in town. But I have the sneaking suspicion that the distributors are forcing them to take craft beer. They're just overstocked. I think more distributors having the bars take it just to get it off their hands. Or some bars just want to be curious. So I think this is really more of a double-edged sword. And I want to get your comments on this in the comments below, as far as what do you think as far as that, but I'm going to continue. Now, what's the definition of craft? That becomes a different question, because I know earlier in the week there was a sale. See, I'll pull it up here real quick. Let me see here. Like Avery, was it Avery Brewing, I think? Let me double check on this real fast. I'm pretty sure it was Avery Brewing. Don't quote me on that. Yeah. It says Avery Brewing decided this week to sell a 30% share in Spanish brewing group Mahu San Miguel. Now, this one is more of a gray area. Yes, it's over the 25% threshold, but San Miguel, are still family owned. So it becomes this and that, but a lot of stuff is going on as far as that. I was going to do a different Lush Talks on that, but I'm going to hold that one off until my chat tonight, if I do decide to do a chat tonight. But back to the original subject, as far as tap rooms totally deep sixing the Marco brews, I stand behind them on principle. I really do. As somebody who's been drinking craft beer for 20 years, I know exactly what they're going through and exactly what they want to do. But like I said earlier, the flip side is, I don't want to see a situation where your small corner bar, they're forced to take it and shove down their throats by the distributors, or just to keep the lights on, they have to sell it. So we're right in that flux right now. And I actually had a conversation about this, and we're coming to the end of the small corner bar. And I'm not going to get back into that conversation again, but right now we're in that gray area. But I want to talk about this today because this article, and I'll put a link in the description below, and you can read it for yourself. Because I don't know if it's a regional thing, it's a national thing, because this article is it's kind of tight, but being a newspaper in a brewery town, they're kind of all over the place on this. So it really, really, really depends. Well, Lush fans, please let me know in the comments below. Am I dead on? Dead on? Am I wrong? Am I somewhere between? Please let me know because I'm really curious. Well, Lush fans, I'm going to get off here and enjoy this sibling Rubberly's Brewing's pecan. But be safe out there and stay tuned for the next edition of Lush Talks.